I will be doing a series, and I think this will probably be the most important series I have ever done. The reason being that there is definitely a change occurring, and it's not for the better. I started to check out the various cults and religions from what is called the New Thought era. This series I'm going to be doing is about Post-Gnosticism. This is different from classical Gnosticism and Neo-Gnosticism. If we were to classify the period of 1850 till 1950 as the New Thought era, we would find a number of religions, cults, books and offshoots which have persisted and affect the realm of religion and faith to this very day. We have sects such as the Jehovah's Witnesses, Christian Science, Christadelphians, Seventh-day Adventists, the United States Black Supremacist cult, the Nation of Islam, along with the 5%ers, or the nations of gods and earths. And one could even include the Mormons. Also, we have books such as Oaspe and the Urantia book, and one may even put in the Aquarian Gospel of Jesus Christ and the Circle 7 Moorish Quran. And on top of that, we see the likes of UFO cults and supposed psychic personality cults. I could go further with the period 1850 till 1950 and mention the likes of Scientology, the Unitarians, the Unity Church, and the various branch-offs from religions, cults and sects that became formed in that period. One could say that these religions, cults and sects are unorthodox, subjective and Gnostic. Critics of the New Thought entities often claim that these entities are based in Gnosticism and not actual Christianity. But Gnosticism beliefs can vary. If we are referring to the Gnosticism practiced by the likes of the ancient Greeks and neighbouring peoples, the general gist is that the God of Abraham is a rebellious false god, and that the supposed true God cannot access us because of Jehovah, also known as the God of Abraham, and whom the Gnostics call the Demiurge. Myself, I would ask if the supposed true God has been locked out of this universe by a lesser God, then how can this supposed true God be God? On top of that, Gnosticism is split between those who believe Jesus Christ came to liberate us from the Demiurge and those who believe that Jesus Christ is just as bad as the Demiurge, who is his father. Either choice in Gnosticism is flawed because neither is logical. If the demiurge closed off this universe and runs it like a prison, then how did this supposedly true God, Father Jesus Christ? And on the other hand, if Jesus Christ is the son of the demiurge, then wouldn't everything he done be considered evil? The Gnosticism of the ancients made no sense, and its adherents either abandoned it or were killed off in various wars. At the end of the day, Gnosticism was viewed as a philosophical, role-played fantasy game, and a dangerous and deadly one at that. But that is not to say that Gnosticism didn't have any good points, or even methods. The word gnosis means knowledge, or to gain knowledge. And this is a good thing, but it also depends on whether the knowledge gained is true or not. So from the ancients, we had the basis for what is called occult magic, and this could come under the term Gnosticism, if it is used in a broad sense. But from 1850 till 1950, we see the various religions, cults, sects, texts and practices which should be termed neo-Gnostic. Again, this is applied in a broad sense. The reason that the New Thought period could be called neo-Gnostic is because those practices were certainly unorthodox in relation to that time period. But we can say the period from 1930 onwards is definitely post-Gnostic, because the word Gnostic has become subjective and is constantly redefined to suit the person using it at any given time. So this post-Gnosticism is definitely new and indeed alien to the Gnosticism that the ancients studied. We can say that post-Gnosticism is alien and unorthodox in relation to spirituality, because it has become native and orthodox to ideology and the political realm, where it is being applied in a secular and indeed godless manner. With ancient Gnosticism, we were dealing with societies that were changing from a polytheistic pagan base to an Abrahamic monotheistic base. However, with post-Gnosticism, essentially from 1930 onwards, we are seeing the conversions of societies from Abrahamic monotheistic bases to an atheist, misotheist, maltheist, and indeed solipsist base. Although it is covered by the terms of humanism and secularism, it is indeed all of these things, and the term humanism and secularism can only be applied in a social or political context. If a society is based on these, then God and spirituality cannot be applied, and indeed we see atheist fundamentalists seeking to stomp out anything remotely related to God and spirituality. The supposed intellectuals of our societies like to refer to post-Christianity, What we are seeing now is Post-Gnosticism. It is the rejection of knowledge. And indeed, when you look at those who supposedly follow Gnosticistic-based ideologies and creed, we see them being excessively concerned with the material world, which is what Gnosticism actually sought to oppose in ancient times. So we are seeing a reversal of order. And you will have to know about this. And indeed, I intend to show you what the plan is. And I will back it up with actions and history. So, if you are prepared to be slapped in the face, please watch what I have to say afterwards.